So here I am, gesticulating at my girlfriend's parents and at a steaming bowl of rice in front of me at 8 a.m. in the morning. They just look confused at me and continue to eat. But I can't eat a hot meal for breakfast. However, it doesn't matter what I try, I'm not able to get my milk and cereal. And that's the reason I'm here with you today. But let me tell you how I got there first. As a child on the countryside in Holland, I read books. I went to the library, read fiction, non-fiction. My dad took me to nature as well. And when we got our first computer, I learned how to program and I played games online with my friends. And at the end of high school, I wanted to take a bigger jump than most of my classmates. So I moved abroad, just across the border to Germany. I went to university there, I studied physics and engineering, made a lot of friends. And then I went to Sweden on an exchange program. And I was hanging out there with a lot of people from all over the world. And that was when I had my first big realization that I really feel like a world citizen. And towards the end, I actually met this girl from Brazil. And I decided to go to graduate in Brazil. And I had a great time there. I loved the people. I learned the language. I had learned German in Germany. I was learning Portuguese in Brazil now. And when I came back to Europe, that relationship ended. And it was then that I met my current partner, who is from China. And I met her while I was in Istanbul, where Europe and Asia meet. And at the same time, I got a job in space engineering at Airbus in London. I later went to the headquarters in France. But after about a year and a half, I realized that space is big, but space engineering is rather small. And I decided I didn't want to spend all my life working in this very narrow area. So I took another jump and I went to do data science for a fintech startup in London. And I had another big realization there that businesses are not all about making money. You can actually build a very successful business to help people. And I thought maybe I can do that. Because just at that time I was having this problem, specifically a problem with learning. You see, every time I went to China with my girlfriend, I had to rely more on my arms and legs than on my mouth to communicate with her parents and her friends. So I was having a very hard time learning Chinese because it's tough. And I realized, even though I had done well in school, I was able to learn German and Portuguese. Actually, my learning methodology was weak. It got me by on the easy stuff, but it wasn't up to the challenge of learning Chinese. And I thought, well, if 1.3 billion people in China can learn Chinese, then why can't I? So I took all of my knowledge from books, from my experience, and I came up with my own learning method. And after 2 years of failing, with this method, finally I could learn Chinese. It really worked. So then I thought, if I can learn Chinese with this method, then anybody can probably learn anything with this. And had COVID not happened, at that point I would probably have gone to China, become a teacher there and getting really fluent in Chinese. But COVID shut that down. So it was the universe telling me that I should focus on this method instead. And that's what I did. And I turned it into an app. And with this app, I'm building a business that can help people. And it can help people from all over the world. So I truly feel like a world citizen now. And I'm very excited to help all of you to become super learners and to get your cereal for breakfast.